The immigration issue is critical, and it's important, because it's a gateway issue to the number one issue on the minds of the people in this community of all walks of life, and that's economic empowerment. Now, let me say that there's no community in America that understands the American dream of economic empowerment better than ours. And the reason is that the number one issue in our community is the desire to accomplish your dreams and hopes and to leave your children and your grandchildren with opportunities that you yourself never had. Every single day, people lived obsessed in this country with that notion. But no community is more obsessed with it than ours. It's the reason why people come here. It's the reason why they work 2 jobs. It's the reason why your parents gave up their own hopes and their own dreams so you could do the things they couldn't. So you could be what they could not be. So you could go where they could not go. So the doors that were closed to them were opened for you. Which community in our country understands that better than ours? There is none. It typifies our life. It's who we are. It's why we're here. And it's what's made our country great. And I would submit to you that there has never been an economic system that provides the opportunity to do that better than the American free enterprise system. No economic system is perfect. But nowhere in the world have more people from all walks of life have been able to empower their children and their grandchildren more than they were able to do here in the 20th century in the American free enterprise system. And I also submit to you that today it's under assault. Our country has a broken legal immigration system. Its status quo is unsustainable. We don't have a functional guest worker program in a nation that knows that it has, especially in things like agriculture, a need for temporary workers who enter on a temporary basis. Our nation has a complicated and burdensome visa process, where even if you wanted to enter this country legally, and you wanted to stay here legally, it costs so much money, it's so complicated, so bureaucratic, that it's difficult to comply with. And by the way, the things I've just outlined to you are things of massive, overwhelming support in our country. There is broad bipartisan support across the board for the idea that America needs a legal immigration system that works. And that's why I've challenged the Republican nominees and all Republicans to not just be the anti-illegal immigration party. That's not who we are. That's not who we should be. We should be the pro-legal immigration party. I think you would find broad bipartisan support for the idea that we need a functional guest worker program, where from year to year, when there are indeed jobs for workers from abroad to come into the United States because we need them for our economy to grow and prosper, so that food doesn't rot in the farm fields, so that construction gets finished, or whatever the industry that year may be, a functional guest worker program where people can apply in their home country, receive a tamper-proof identification card, enter the U.S., we know who you are, we know why you're here, we know where you work, you're here for a defined period of time, and then you go home when it's done. And by the way, they want that too.